right, very good. Mr. Klein, I understand there's going to be a plea of some sort here.
There is, Your Honor. We've met, I've met with the prosecutor and we've reached an agreement whereby Ms. Drury will be pleading guilty to a misdemeanor. Mr. Zakrzewski, is that a misdemeanor embezzlement charge?
Yes, Paul, it's MCL 750-174-3A.
And that's a 1-year misdemeanor, correct?
So that's a 200 to 1,000?
Yes, Your Honor, but that's with full restitution.
So she'll be pleading guilty to a misdemeanor. The felony will be dismissed as part of the overall plea agreement. And we've reached, I think, all of the aspects in order to move forward with sentencing. Ms. Drury has agreed to the amount of restitution that is being requested, which is
in my plea sheet. I have that the reason we adjourned this was for the restitution to be paid already, right?
well, I wasn't sure who to have my client pay it to.
Okay.
I didn't know if she should pay it through the court directly to the.
Well, it's not ordered yet, so I get you can pay it to the court once. So they're ready to pay it pretty much immediately.
Yes.
Okay.
The agreed upon restitution amount is $40,000, $40,481.78.
Say 40,400.
81.78. Now, also as part of the overall plea agreement, Ms. Drury was to supply the prosecuting attorney. I've supplied the court copies of those reports too, of counseling reports. Those were pertaining to substance abuse and general mental health. She's done that.
Yeah.
And she supplied reports indicating her participation in and completion in intensive outpatient. She had a psychiatric evaluation. She is currently on medication and she is in aftercare. So all of those conditions have been met, thus the reduction to the misdemeanor. And I think we can proceed to sentencing today. As part of the plea agreement, the prosecuting attorney also was affirmatively recommending no jail and was considering whether or not to recommend probation dependent upon what Ms. Drury documented in reference to her services. So I believe that's the overall plea agreement.
Mr. Zakrzewski.
Yes, Your Honor, that's accurate. And also, I believe the victims are present. I wish to make a statement for sentencing.
Okay. And Ms. Druyer, is that your understanding as was just set forth by your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Now, ma'am, you understand you have a right to proceed to trial. And if you did proceed to trial, the prosecution would be obligated to prove that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of each of the charges made against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand further that if you make this plea here today, you're going to tell us you're guilty of embezzlement from 200 to 1,000. And that's how the matter is going to be resolved. There's not going to be a trial of any kind. There will be no finding by a jury. Is that your understanding and is that your agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone tried to frighten you or force you or intimidate you into doing this?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone made any promises to you that have not been placed on the record here today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or currently on parole for any other criminal convictions?
No, Your Honor.
The allegation here is that this is an incident that occurred between September 1st, 2019 and September 25th, 2024. Does that sound correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The allegation is that this incident occurred in the city of Plainville, county of Elgin, state of Michigan. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The allegation is that you were the agent, servant, or employee of Gilkey School Parents Club. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in that capacity, did you steal property valued between, do you want me to take the plea to the higher charge and apply it to the lesser, or for the purposes of the restitution order, or?
Yes.
That would be fine. I don't know if it would meet the original charge of 50 or more. Now with the restitution being 40, but you can take it to a higher charge. That would be fine.
I'll just take it to the higher charge. And And, well, I guess it wouldn't meet the 50 threshold then, would it? Let me, in regard to this charge, the charge you're going to be pleading guilty to here today, ma'am, is embezzlement of $200 to $1,000. But in your capacity as an agent, servant, or employee of Gilkey School Parents Club, did you in fact embezzle $40,481.78?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you knew that you did not have a right to take that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are the people satisfied with the plea?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ma'am, you provided me with a basis to accept the plea. I will do so. Mr. Zeki, you wish to be heard on sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We would largely defer to the victim's statement, which I believe they're in the court. I would, just to clarify, point out that in my discussions with Mr. Klein, we initially talked about a recommendation of probation. However, it's my understanding that the defendant has taken some positive steps. And so at this time, we are recommending fines and costs, but also we would defer to the victim's opinion on this.
And is there a representative of the Gilkey School Parents Club? Okay, which of you?
She's going to do the statement.
All right, you're going to make a statement? All right, that's fine. You want her by your side for moral support, I presume? All right, well, you want to have a seat there? You want to stand?
I'll stand if that's okay.
That's fine. State your name for the record.
My name is Jill Larson,
Could you spell that, please?
JILLARSEN.
All right, just take a deep breath. We're going to be through this in a minute. And ma'am, would you state your name and spell it for the record?
Sarah Smith, SARASMITH.
Okay. Now's that time. Deep breath, and then you can read your statement.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jill Larson, and I am the president of the Gilkey Parent Club in Plainwell, Michigan. As much as I don't want to be standing here today, I recognize that this moment is necessary for closure and to express the shock, sadness, hurt, and anger that many of us have felt over the last few months. I took on this role in 2022, at which time Tara Drewer was already serving as the acting treasurer of the club. When the extent of Tara's actions came to light, we as a board experienced a range of emotions, including disbelief and heartbreak. We volunteered our time to help students, teachers, and school. These positions are not paid. We did not volunteer to become embroiled in this mess. We sacrificed hours away from our own families while uncovering a web of lies and deceit from someone we considered not just a trusted board member, but also a friend. Tara held a position of trust, responsible for the care of our children and our community, but she chose to abuse this leadership privilege. This was not a single mistake. These actions were repeated time and time again. If she had needed help, she could have turned to any of us. I am confident that we would have come together to support her because that's what friends and communities do. Instead, we saw reckless spending and the misuse of hard-earned fundraising money on things and places unrelated to parent club activities. Her actions have deeply shaken the trust and integrity of our organization. It will take years for our community to rebuild the confidence we once had in our club and schools. The ripple effect is vast, but the healing process can finally begin after today. Getting the money back is our top priority. The geckos deserve that. We were blinded by our trust in others, but not anymore. These are volunteer positions filled by people who care deeply about our school and our children. They say you must find the silver lining in difficult situations, and we've found ours. We have updated and strengthened our procedures to ensure we are never taken advantage of again. The Parent Club will come back stronger than ever. Despite these challenges, the Gilkey Parent Club remains steadfast in its commitment to our mission. We will overcome these obstacles and continue and support and nurture all the children in our community for years to come.
Okay. Thank you both. You had nothing to add. I presume you're just here as moral
She's
support.
my moral support.
Moral support. All right, very good. Thank you so much for coming forward. It's always important when victims do come forward. Unfortunately, they don't always come forward in cases. because it is rather an intimidating circumstance to stand and speak in court in kind of strange circumstances and high pressure. But it is important for the court to hear perspectives of parties that have been impacted by crimes. And it's important to understand that even though you are victims in that, I mean, the shock and understanding of being taken advantage of this is always kind of a, it's a jolting affair, and it kind of sometimes can lead to a lot of self-doubts and self-recriminations as to how could we have allowed this to happen. But the very nature of this type of an offense is to take advantage of circumstances that are not easily detected. So I would urge you not to unduly saddle yourselves with recriminations of yourselves. But I applaud the idea that you've taken a look at your processes to make probably a more robust auditing system and double check and redundancies to make sure that things are properly taken care of. And that will indeed make you stronger going forward. And I think your prospect of building trust, I suspect, is probably a shorter time frame than you're suspecting right now, because of these very natures, these very measures that you've undertaken to make the investment of parents' time and effort and money and love in their community. People want to do things for the betterment of schools, the betterment of their students, the betterment of the community. And when you reaffirm measures that let people know that their efforts are being safeguarded and entrusted and dealt with wisely, then I think that trust will rebound to you rather quickly. So thank you so much for your statements here. All right, Mr. Klein, anything further you wish to state, Mr. Zekerzecki?
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Klein.
Your Honor, certainly though that statement is certainly on point. Ms. Drury, honestly, I believe feels the same way about her own actions. She, from the very onset of even the criminal investigation, when she was contacted by Detective Varley, she met with Detective Varley, admitted to her wrongdoing, immediately looked in the mirror, so to speak, and asked some very poignant questions about how did she get to this point. She freely admitted, and it's contained in the narratives. I won't repeat the content of the reports, but in general, she was abusing alcohol. She was operating with some undiagnosed mental health conditions. She was under financial strain and supporting the family, none of which are excuses, but certainly I believe that's what got Tara to the dark place that she was operating in during that period of time. She immediately began counseling services. She immediately scheduled a psychiatric evaluation. She is currently on medication for anxiety and depression. She completed intensive outpatient with the agency in the documents. She has now entered into the aftercare part of that program. She has meetings weekly on Mondays, 6 to 7:30. They're group support meetings in reference to the substance abuse. She continues to work. She continues to support her family financially. She insures her family. And she voices to me every time we speak of this that she is very remorseful. She knows that she let untold people down. She knows she damaged reputations, and she, quite frankly, is ashamed of her actions. I think she'll be able to move forward, but certainly what she did is not lost on her. She understands that it's a situation that did shock people. She had friends in the organization, and she knows that that is to be no more. She is able to, the restitution amount is able to be paid immediately. She has a family that has helped her. And looking back, I think she realizes she should have asked for help, but I think the combination of factors caused her to become withdrawn, and she did not wish, I don't know if she was embarrassed or what, but she was not able to speak to others about the situation that she found herself, and obviously exercised significantly poor judgment. However, I think the reports that were supplied certainly indicate that she understands that it's her problem. It's no one else's. She's determined to fix it and move on as best she can, but she's also understanding that she caused significant damage. I would ask the court to follow the recommendation. She is able to pay the full restitution as stated. And I believe there's also a cash bond that was posted that could take care of any fines and costs the court sees fit to impose. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Dreyer, is there anything that you would like to state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. To the Gilkey family, my husband, my kids, and my friends, I am so sorry to have put you all through this. I take full responsibility for my actions. I apologize to everyone that I've hurt and let down and haven't been honest with. I was in a very dark place, and I've got and continue to get the help that I need. I will continue with my therapy and work to be the person I know I truly am. This will never happen again. I can't. And I just hope one day that you guys can forgive me. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all of you. That's it, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I think that probably most of the individuals in that parents club would have appreciated that sense of remorse a little bit more timely, rather than having gotten caught, that you come forward to them to let them know that you're going through difficult issues, so that they would have had an opportunity to participate in perhaps not a prosecution of you, but perhaps in an assistant to assist you in getting the care and help that you need. Instead, we're here today in a circumstance of a, obviously criminal matter, and obviously people have been hurt. Sometimes there is no walking back, and sometimes apologies are insufficient. That being said, there is no way back machine. You can't go backwards in time. You can't turn the clock back and undo this, but you can take steps to move forward, to do to the best of your ability to rectify your errors. The payment of the restitution obviously is a long way in that matter. But again, these issues, these crimes are not simply crimes of money. They're crimes of trust. They're crimes of confidence and loyalty, and in a sense of betrayal that people feel. So that's what people are wrestling with. So you're going to need to understand that, and perhaps even accept the degree of responsibility that, you might not be accorded the opportunity to address that with them individually. That doesn't mean you can't continue to act in a way that and to address your issues and concerns in a responsible manner. It just means that at some point you just have to say, this is what I've done and I have to move forward. I hope that you continue. I'm reviewed here as your attorney was addressing me, I was kind of just reviewing some of the notes that he had provided by virtue of your care and mental health care and such. I hope you continue with the course of therapy and treatment that you receive with that. I hope you continue with your journey toward a life of full sobriety, because to not do so, you endanger yourself, and particularly with this type of an offense. It's not unusual for people to do it again because they found it so easy to do the first time. I would strongly urge you not to fall into that trap, because that is a recipe for obviously, getting caught again. But the opportunity that's afforded to you at this point likely not be offered the second time that you would take advantage of your position in any other capacity. I will address this matter with fines and costs. I don't think probation would be effective in addressing matters that are being dealt with the mental health care that's been provided and hopefully will be continued. So I'll order fines of $500, state costs of $50, court costs of $200, crime victim right fee of $75, restitution in the amount of $40,481.78 to be paid within 48 hours. Is that arrangements can be made for that?
Mr. Reader, that can be done in 48 hours, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Well, I mean, you can pay that amount to the court, and then the court will remit that to the parents club.
Okay.
Very.
That way the court doesn't have to follow up with them, and they don't have to do anything other than receive a check.
So she would make the check payable to the 57.
Check will come to the court.
Payable to the court.
Yes.
Okay.
And by way of restitution, put the case number in.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then the court will remit the balance, that entire balance to the parents club. I think I'm saying that wrong, but it's the parent teachers club. So that's then a total amount of $41,306.78. You have $1,000 bond that can apply. And there'll be somewhat, a little bit left over to be remitted to the defendant, but again, the full amount of restitution is due within 48 hours. Anything else for the record, Mr. Zakurzeki?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Klein?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, very good. Again, thank you to the victims who were present here today in the courtroom. Ma'am, you're set. If you have any questions, follow up with Mr. Klein. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch, Tara.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Get that paid.
Will do.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.